Hi everybody. So the opening section will be live TV broadcast, and then I'll invite the Monday correspondents, daily correspondents, to join me outside just for an opportunity with Andy. Okay. Okay, everybody, quick start now. Thank you very much. Okay, if you raise your hand, please, Vinny, questions. Yes, Stephen.
Andy, well done today. How proud are you of the resilience that your side showed today to get past the job done?
Yeah, exactly that. If we fast forward right to the end result and then work our way back, I thought we was tenacious to be able to get to that point of a 31-7 win with the bonus point. There was all sorts of stuff that was going on in that game, and some of it was our own doing, but most of it was because we played against the tenacious Welsh side as well. So congratulations to them, but we stuck at it and brought them down in the end.
How much better do you think the side is going to have to be to win the championship?
Oh well, I can't really answer that because we wanted to be better today, but the opposition always has a say in that, and Wales certainly did. And for the dominance that we had in the scrum in the first half, I felt we could have had a bit of a better lead going into half time. But having said that, coming out in the second half, I thought we was in the right place, but there was penalties all over the place, and he was a bit stop-start. But we found our way again. We found our way to get back going, and get the result that we was after.
Thanks, Pat.
Andy, if you don't mind just maybe going through any maybe knocks any of the lads might have had, or what the scenes in the dressing room, maybe Josh Van der Fleer was thinking about as well.
Josh had a HIA, but past that, so he was a substitution. Why he didn't come back on?
Okay. And then I just wanted to ask you about Ty Furlong. Well, the whole front row did brilliant, but I thought he in particular was really good. Like, what did you think of his performance?
Yeah, obviously he prides himself on the scrum and running the scrum, etc. And our scrum was a massive weapon that we should have took more advantage of in the first half. I believe it looked like we was really in sync as an eight there, and we was a handful certainly in the first half. So he'd be super proud of that because he's driving that forward.
Hi Andy. Martin Gatlin said he thought the 31-7 scoreline probably wasn't really reflective of the 80 minutes. What do you think?
Probably should have been 44-7, shouldn't it? There's a couple of tries that were notched off though, wasn't there? So I thought we got what we deserved in the end. I mean, if the forward pass from Robbie hadn't have been knocked off, I thought that was going to be an unbelievable try, And again, it was finding a way to make inroads, and I actually thought that they defended really well at times, and was hard to break down. But to get the bonus point win, 31-7, I thought we should have been further up in the first half. To be fair, but I do understand that this is a young Welsh side that's trying to gain experience as well, and I thought they played bloody tough. That's for sure.
And given the way the penalty count went in the first half, is it such a right thing that you had 2 yellows and the wrong side of it?
And again, that's just the game, isn't it? A bit confused with the penalty try, and when the ball's not down and you can't see whether the ball's down or not. I don't know how that can be a penalty try, but obviously it was. So we take that, and the pleasing thing about that is that we weren't trying to run the clock down to get Tig back on the field. We was the team that was advancing and playing all the rugby, So our intent through that period and that little bit of adversity got us going, if anything.
Yep, Kieran.
And a nice moment for Kieran Foley getting his try in the second half. Just heavy feeling on the full back today.
Yeah, he was solid enough. Obviously a big day for him, and there was obviously going to test him. Like Gats was saying all week, they were going to test him. He's always his skill sets is sound, like, you know. So he's always going to be good under the high ball. He's an extra pair of hands, eyes, and communicates pretty well as well. So I suppose he'll be glad that that's done and underway, and he'll learn a lot from that.
Peter, just on the you had a few chats with the Red Cup. It seems you're in the break and kind of stuff. What was that interaction?
Look, I was just looking for an understanding of what we could do a bit better. It's an area that has a lot going on, to be fair, and sometimes you just want a bit of understanding. That was about the extent of it, really.
And what's your assessment of it?
Look, similar as we know that we can have certainly potentially a bit more intent and a little bit more accuracy, but at the same time, credit to them. I thought they defended well. I thought they tackled well. Some of their collisions, some of their chop tackling was good, like, and we've been the other side of that card. I certainly have with Ireland. You know what I mean? Underdogs and it's a nice place to be, and you can get stuck in, and I thought they certainly did that. There was times when they put us under pressure, and I thought a couple of times we could have turned the screw, but to be fair to them, turned the screw with our attack. But to be fair to them, they were good, like, defensively.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Peter, well done today. Overall, how are you finding the captaincy?
I'm enjoying it. Really enjoying it. It's obviously a huge honour, but it certainly makes life easier when you're winning. You know what I mean? It's not to say that we'll go and assess it, but from the question, it's a huge honour, and I'm loving the role.
And Andy, for you, how pleasing is it that you're giving these players their starts and they're coming and making their debuts, like Kieran Frawley, Ollie Yeager, Calvin Nash? They seem to fit in so seamlessly. How pleasing is that for you as head coach?
It's very pleasing, but it's their responsibility to do that, because when they put the green shirt on, it's their responsibility to understand what it takes to fill it, and they need to, if that needs them to get to a place that is a bit strange to them, they need to know that that's the type of standard, and they feel that even subconsciously through the pressure that everyone puts on them, through how they purse, or they get dragged along with that. You know what I mean? So it's something that you would expect to happen if you prepare properly.
Peter, Ruth, and then David. Peter, Robert.
Andy, how important was the contribution of your bench to getting out of the sticky situation and eventually getting the goals?
I thought it was huge. I mean, they was always going to come on and add some power, and it's the reason for the bench in the first place. When you bring a bit of power onto the field, when people are a little bit tired, and I think for that spell of that 10-minute period there, the yellow card, it was free flowing. There was people that was sucking it in big time. So I thought. They were always going to make advantage of that, and it got us back on the front foot, and that's the job. That's what we expect them.
Thanks, Ruth, and then we'll finish up with this section with David.
Andy, just on that note, I suppose we don't see Stuart McCluskey on the wing too much, but he still made an impact.
It's the new Stu.
Yeah. Going to stop him at one point.
It is. That was a fantastic impact, wasn't it? There was a few of them throughout the game. But he's been very comfortable training there during the week. Calvin Nash missed a training session on Wednesday, so he had a full session, full opportunity to fill his boots there, and he did it seamlessly. When you go with a 6-2, you've got to have people excited about wanting to fill in places that they've not done it before. Ideally, you want to get him in the position that he's used to playing, but he was excited, and we had full confidence in putting him there.
David.
Andy, in your TV interview, you talked about Ireland being a bit passive in attacking.
Yeah.
What exactly do you mean by that? And did the team cure it in the second half?
We certainly did. We had more intent in how we played in the second half. What I meant by that is Wales were able to keep numbers on the feet because we weren't punching onto the ball. It's not just the ball carrier, but it's the dummy runners on the outside of them. And if they're not punching onto the ball, you can't disorganise the defence. It just becomes easy for them to read off. And we played too much out the back at times, which made us play a little bit sideways, which allowed us to be a bit more passive than we would have liked.
Okay, thanks, Peter. You're finished. If I can invite Monday correspondents, please come up to the table. I'm a few minutes with Andy. Thanks, Peter.
What are you?
Oh.